Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. My name is Fred Weaver. I'll be joined in a moment by my partner, Kevin Kaufman. We're with Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team.
Funniest team.
Funniest, best looking, goofiest, most outrageous, controversial.
Most abrasive, controversial.
You name it. So, hey, Kevin, I appreciate you and Coach filming last Friday while I was out of town and
on vacation,
taking shots at me for being on vacation.
It's funny, I don't even remember taking a shot at you.
Yeah,
I know you said I did.
You took a shot
and
at me.
I'm not even
first
surprised.
Minute of the episode, in fact.
And I haven't rewatched it. I haven't watched it since we filmed it, so I've never watched it apparently. So I'm just gonna take your word that I did take a shot at you.
It's okay,
I'm
Kevin.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
No, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's just so natural for me to bang on you, I think.
Yeah, no problem. So anyway, guys, hope you had a great 4th of July weekend.
I know we did.
Yeah, I had a great weekend.
Bought my wife a car.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to the lake also with some friends.
That's awesome.
It was a good time.
So I was in Northern California watching my brother. He was playing at Spirit West Coast. It's a Christian music festival.
That's pretty cool.
So shameless plug, you should check out BrianWeaverMusic.com or just go to iTunes and search Brian Weaver and buy his album.
You know what?
For
Buy his album. It's $4.49. Buy the kid's album. It's amazing music. If you don't do it, you're missing out. Don't, in fact, do yourself a favor. Buy an album for yourself and gift a copy to somebody else.
Wow.
Help a kid out.
Wow.
Brian's an amazing musician.
And you'll help us out because we really don't want to have to hire Brian again. We'd like to see him get out on the road.
Some of you who have been viewers for a while has seen Brian. He's the guy who started this, as he would say, and he was in the Brothers episode of Short Sale Power Hour, and we don't want to hire him again. We want him to, in fact, I want him to hire me. I would like for him to be able to support me in the coming years. So
be a road manager.
Buy his album.
A roadie.
And gift a copy of it to somebody else, and let's get his career moving.
Yeah. So now we're 2 minutes into the episode. By my internal clock, let's talk around short sales. Okay. So, Kevin, I think it's very interesting. I think Coach yesterday talked around HAUP or something. And
I'm not real sure.
I haven't even watched Coach's episode. Today is Monday, and so I'm filming this for you a day before. I'm going to go watch it here in a minute and figure out what he said. But I want to talk around just a piece of information that, well, you know what, didn't really get a lot of attention last week.
Yeah, it kind of went under the radar, actually.
Yeah, it kind of went under the radar. And maybe it's because people are sick of hearing about new government programs that don't work.
I think maybe.
But I think it's a topic that we should at least address.
Okay.
So I think our viewers could learn something.
I hope I don't get sued by the government for talking about them.
So starting July 1st, which would be last Thursday, homeowners can now apply for what's called the HAUP program. HAUP, the Home Affordable Unemployment Program, Kevin.
Wow.
So HAUP provides homeowners a forbearance of monthly mortgage payments, either reducing them or suspending them for at least 3 months. So if y'all don't know what a forbearance is, it'd be a great time to go out after this episode's done and Google what a forbearance is.
Check it out. It's
basically
not just for real
payments,
estate,
but it doesn't really even have to do with unemployment. It happens. So it's good stuff. But what I thought also was interesting was another article that I read the other day about somebody wrote called "The Amazing Shrinking Unemployment Rate" by his name's Paul Jackson. So
I've heard this topic spoken about by many people.
Well, and you know what? I think Martin Andelman has actually written on this. We've talked about him before. His blog Mandelman Matters. He takes shots at banks and
we're coming to Southern California next week, buddy. Let's get together.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on film. He hasn't necessarily 100% agreed to that, but he's open to it.
He's agreed to it.
So we just need to make it happen. So we'll make it happen.
Schedule it. He's already agreed to it.
But what I think's interesting, if you guys didn't know, is that the unemployment rate fell in May to it fell from 9.7 in May to 9.5% in June. And it's kind of these statistics that make you scratch your head. Now, how does this relate to short sales? Well, that unemployment rate is obviously going to have a direct impact on whether people can pay their mortgage or not.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that this gentleman that wrote this article, Paul Jackson, is kind of questioning what happened to the 652,000 jobless Americans that just disappeared. And without going into his entire article, if you guys have never done research out there, I recommend Martin Andelman's articles that he's written on unemployment because he actually does a really good job of breaking it down, where those statistics come from, who's classified as unemployed, how long they can be classified in that category.
How they get to hide their numbers in there, and make the number look better than it really is.
So
for mouthpiece reference.
So this week we're going to actually talk about real numbers, because I think what you're going to hear a lot over the summer is we're always hearing this, but I think even more you're going to hear people in our government and people in the media trying to speak that things are getting better. when in fact I am going to make a brash prediction, and have been making it for a while, maybe not on air, that things are going to get worse.
They're going to get much worse before they get better.
And throughout the rest of the week, we're going to talk about statistics on why we think that's the case. Talk around what happened to pending home sales. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Well, why don't we talk about our active inventory here in Arizona?
I'm going to talk about that tomorrow too, Kevin.
I mean, there's so many. You guys, there can only be so much writing on the wall and so much BS on the other side before you realize, hey, something doesn't line up here, guys.
Yep.
Something is not lining up here. I understand and appreciate the need and desire to get good news out there, but most of it is crap and it's fiction, and it's just not the reality of the way things are going. Now, I'm not saying I want things to remain bad. Hear me, I'm not saying that. But let's be honest about what we're facing so we can actually face it up and approach it correctly.
I think the important thing that I want to address today is that a lot of you were on vacation late last week, and so for most of you, the second half of the year is officially starting today. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Like, most of you were checked out Thursday and Friday, if not earlier in the week, in fact. And if you hadn't noticed, June is gone, which means the first half of the year is over.
We're now into July.
Today is July 6th, and it's time to reevaluate what you're doing with your business for the second half of the year. Don't wait until December of this year to reevaluate what you're going to do in 2011. It's time to reevaluate now. Kevin and I have been doing this. We just wrapped up a 12-month goal year that we experienced, and we're evaluating where we're going, what we're going to do with some new marketing techniques. You're going to probably hear some new things from us over the next month or so, because we're going to share with you what we're doing. But what I want you guys to be aware of is that despite the numbers, unemployment is not actually going down if we really look at what's happening. Now, the unemployment rate is, but that's because the rate is based off of a bogus way that they calculate.
That's like saying the rate of short sales closes at 50%.
Yeah.
It's not that high.
No, well, I mean, if you don't count, like, the whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway, come on back tomorrow. I want to talk about home sales. Let's get off the unemployment topic. Let's talk specifically about what happened in home sales in the last month, because I think some of you are going to be shocked. And for those of you that haven't pulled MLS data in your own area, I'm going to encourage you to do so, because
start tracking that now.
I just tracked data 2 or 3 weeks ago. I looked at it, and almost a 10% increase, and I'll share with you what that increase was in tomorrow's episode. So come on back tomorrow. Let's wrap it up like we always do. 1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour! Short sale power hour! Crush it! See you tomorrow.